At this point, I absolutely should have done a video on Vinyl Me Please, and I still plan on doing one, but this box set is too good not to feature, and this month is box set month for me anyways, so let's dive into the story of Ghetto records from Vinyl Me Please. Quick shout out to the subscribers of this channel. I really do appreciate any and all people who watch these videos. It really means a lot. I try to put in some time to them and think about different things to talk about, and not just talk about the Beatles and Pink Floyd, but I do have a sweet video about the Beatles right here if you want to see it. One subscriber who has a channel in the vinyl community I gotta give some love to, and that is Steve Lane Music. This guy is really cool and he seems to watch all of these videos. So Steve, know that I see you out there, man, and I'm putting together a Budo Span video just for you. I'm going to see them in December as well in Philly, by the way. So definitely go check out Steve Lane Music on YouTube, another awesome vinyl channel. He's a musician and a singer as well. He talks a lot about Zeppelin, his favorite band, plus he actually mentioned Pat Metheny as his favorite guitarist, which totally surprised me, and I'm gonna get that Schofield and Metheny Tone Poet very soon, so definitely look out for that soon, Steve. So definitely go check out Steve Lane Music. Guys like him keep me going and keep this going, so I really appreciate it, and I'm psyched when people care. So if you care about vinyl music and if you love funk, jazz, soul, reggae, whatever, definitely subscribe to this channel and keep this channel going and the vinyl community going. Now, back to this box set, the story of Ghetto records. Vinyl Me Please is a record club that deals in exclusive record pressings, some more exclusive than others, but the quality is top notch and I highly recommend them, with some caveats. Again, stay tuned for a full video review on them. I'm trying to make it really thorough. I've been having some ups and downs with them, more ups than downs, but stay tuned to see that. Vinyl Me Please does have exclusive box sets, and they're usually really awesome. Some of their previous ones have been the story of Quincy Jones, the story of Herbie Hancock, the story of Zamrock, which I actually just bought on sale and we'll have a video coming out for later this month, along with these other box sets. They have a Blue Note box set, as well as the story of the Grateful Dead, that even though I'm not that huge of a Dead fan, has become a real treasure out there with some really rare pieces of vinyl, and I would totally pick it up if I could. And that's what Vinyl Me Please specializes in, and what really intrigues me about them and why I'm a member. They like to get into things that are out of print or hard to find, and they reissue them, and unfortunately sometimes they make them harder to find or more expensive. But this box set is a true treasure. This is Joe Bataan presents the story of Ghetto records, and this is a co-release with Now Again Records, who are also a great label of reissue funk, soul, and jazz and hip hop, and they've turned me on to so many deep funk and Latin soul finds. Along with this, they also have worked with Vinyl Me Please on Tribe Records box set and that Zamrock, so these guys know when it comes to obscure, hard to find records. First off, who is Joe Bataan? He's a Latin soul artist from East Harlem, New York, who made a name for himself in the mid-60s with a group called the Latin Swingers. He's known and influenced for two main styles, which is Latin Boogaloo and American soul music. Latin Boogaloo is a fusion of mambo and Latin rhythms with American rhythm and blues soul singers. One really awesome new group that made some records in the 2000s is the Bronx River Parkway on Truth and Soul Records. This stuff is super funky and Latin grooving, and Joe Bataan was at the forefront of this style. He started making records with the famous Fania label, who had artists like Eddie Palmieri and Ray Barretto. I actually had the privilege to do an interview with Eddie Palmieri that I'll link for in the description below, and he was a really awesome guy. Joe Bataan actually left Fania under some pretty bad terms and then secretly started Ghetto Records and released some amazing music in the early 70s in New York City, but it largely went unnoticed or ended up being super obscure and rare pieces of vinyl, as you're gonna see here in this video. Now, this box set features 6 extremely rare Latin soul records from Ghetto Records, which were issued in the 70s and now are being reissued here, plus one more from Joe Bataan that was thought to be lost, and now the master tapes have been found. Before we get into the music and the records, the nutrition facts, as Vinyl Me Please calls them, This is heavyweight 180 gram vinyl, lacquering done by Bernie Grundman, limited to 1,000 copies, and these box sets are numbered, with heavyweight tip-on jackets, along with exclusive liner notes from Vinyl Me Please that we will show here in a minute, and newly unearthed photos. Plus, I've got a full unboxing of this box set on the channel as well that you can also check out right here. There's also a podcast series hosted by Pablo E. Iglesias, which serves as a definitive guide to each one of these albums, which is set against the backdrops of stories from the artists' lives. The following comes direct from Now and Again Records on the sources for this set. Quote, Ghetto Records master tapes were largely lost in the chaos of the label's closure in the mid-70s. Alapat and Iglesias sourced the cleanest copies of rare original vinyl, which mastering engineer Jason Bittner spliced, restored, and remastered. The exception was the Paul Ortiz album Los Que Son, whose master tapes Bataan zealously guarded over the years and which was cut from an all-analog transfer. The never-heard-before Bataan songs on Drugstory were found on a master tape in Spain decades after Bataan thought he lost them forever. So this is a true vinyl treasure, music-saving Boogaloo awesomeness here. I gotta give it up to Now Again and Vinyl Me Please. This is exactly the kind of stuff I want in my collection, and my knowledge of Latin soul and Boogaloo isn't that deep, but this for sure gets me a little bit deeper. So now let's show each of these pieces of the set and go through some of the book. First off, here is the box itself. And we're gonna go through this and we're gonna show the back side of it here. You can see the front and back. It's very awesome, super cool photo. This photo is kind of like a compilation photo of some of the other records that you're gonna see in here. While we're going through this, I wanna show you some of the prices of some of these originals and how hard these originals are to find on Discogs. Also, disclaimer, I am horrible with a lot of the pronunciations here, so definitely please bear with me. First off, opening the box, I don't actually have the records in the box at the moment because it's gonna be the question that I continue to ask all month long during this box set month. Do you keep your records in these box sets, or do you sleeve your records like we all love to sleeve our records and put them on the shelf? How do you organize them? I'm very curious to know this. Definitely let me know in the comments below. For this one, it actually presents a double challenge because these are all mixed artists. So this is not a box set collection of one artist, it's a bunch of different artists. So do I spread them out throughout my collection and then I kind of will never have the set together? In this case, I'm actually gonna keep them next to each other on my shelf and we're gonna see how that works out, but we'll see. Definitely, again, let me know in the comments how you do it. So first we'll show the little book here. The book is pretty awesome. It's got the Now Again and Vinyl Me Please logo. These books from Vinyl Me Please are always great. They always have some fantastic write-ups in them, some awesome photos. This is where the new unearthed photos are gonna come from throughout this thing. Like, look at some of these awesome pictures here. Just really, really awesome stuff. I don't know who most of these artists are, so it's really awesome to have a book like this that can tell you literally everything about all the albums. And this is what a true treasure box set is to me, is something that I can really learn from and get a lot of music knowledge from. So the first record that we got from the box set here is Eddie LeBron. Ghetto Records presents Eddie LeBron. This is an awesome album cover. I love this album cover. Part of some of the photos that they used in the middle section here. And here is that tip-on jacket. Very, very awesome for each of these sets. I love the logo of Ghetto Records. It is so cool. But all this writing and everything, it just looks like East Harlem 1975 Latin soul. Like everything, that's just exactly what I think of when I think of that stuff right here. Here is the label, and they've recreated all of these labels perfectly, and they're very, very awesome. So there's the label for Ghetto Records. This record is really, really sick. I don't have much to say about a lot of these. I've only listened to the whole I've listened to the whole box set maybe twice now, and it is awesome. These records are really, really great. I don't understand a word of what they're saying because I don't speak Spanish, but man, the music is so good, especially the trombones and the horn section. The trombones and the bass of these records is so good. You gotta check it out. Now, we talked earlier about how rare these records are. I'm gonna go and show you what a listing is for each one of these for their originals on Discogs. On Discogs, there are only 2 for sale for this, and both are over $80, with one being $119. This entire box set was $265 for members, and you can also get it on sale right now for Black Friday. So do the math, people. I mean, come on. This is a brand new copy and it sounds amazing. So I would definitely go for this reissue if you can. Next out of the box is Popo Felix meets Ray Rodriguez. And I gotta tell you, this is another scorcher, man. These Boogaloo records are so good. This cover is really awesome. I love these black and white covers. They're not all black and white, but these first two are, and this one's real sick. This one, the back side looks very similar to the front side, and I was very curious if these were recreations of the originals, and they are. These are like note for note from the originals. I looked them up on Discogs. You can go check out the originals there. Here we have the label for it. Again, awesome recreation of the original label. Now this one's interesting because there is a mono version of this record, but this one says mono on this side and stereo on this side. And I'm not sure if that's a typo or not, or if that's actually how it was cut. I know on Discogs, the original one is listed as a mono, so I'm not sure. I wish I had a lot more to say about the musicians on these things, man, because some of the musicians on here are just so good. Who knows who some of these guys are? I mean, they could be famous musicians out there now, but I just know that the trombone and the bass on all of these is just awesome. If you're a fan of trombone stuff, this is heavy on the trombone. All of these things are. This one on Discogs goes on CD for over $80 on CD. The LP is actually not available at the moment at all, but in the past it has sold for as high as $900. $900 for this one right here, man. So definitely worth getting this in this box set. This next one, I'm gonna probably brutally murder the name here, but it's Paul Ortiz y la Orquestra Son Lo Que Son. I hope I got that right. This one is very, very cool. Great vocals. Now, this is the one that Joe Bataan guarded the master tapes for viciously, so he still had them, and they were able to make a master copy or a master recording from that copy. So it's very awesome. So this is cut from original lacquer, mastered by Bernie Grundman. Awesome, awesome record. I can say that it sounds beautiful. The vocals on this are amazing. It's got a lot of great Spanish vocals, amazing, amazing music. And this picture here, most of it is what you see on the back side of the box set. So very, very awesome. And again, I love these tip-on jackets. They're very hard, nice, very solid jackets. Really, really cool. Here is the label for this one. Again, I love these just basic labels, these basic Ghetto record labels. I mean, you know, it makes you feel like you're in the ghetto, man. And again, for a repress, amazing. And this is from the master tapes, so it's even better. This one also only has 2 available on Discogs, and both are in very good condition, and both are asking for over $200. So I'm sure that in the past, if you found a mint copy of this from the original, it's probably a fortune. This next one here is actually the reason why I bought the box set. I wasn't really sure about most things, but I have heard of Joe Acosta. I have actually heard this album before, and I've really liked it. I never knew that it was Ghetto Records or that Joe Bataan had produced any of that stuff, but the vocals on this are really, really nice. This is more of like a soul record, gets closer to soul, gets more onto the American side of things. There's some English vocals on this, so I kind of understand some of the words that are being said, but I really, really, really love the music, and I love the production. The production is just awesome on all of these records, so good. This album cover is just great. I love the color of this. I love the words and the font, everything about this. Very, very 70s looking cover, just very cool. And again, they do such a great job with these tip-on sleeves. Here's your label. Again, nice basic label, super cool. Both sides, or get that over there. Both sides of the label. This is one of those records that, you know, you would have found in some store somewhere, and you would have seen the cover and probably thought, all right, well, you know, I'll give it a shot because it's such a cool cover. And then it would just blows your mind and you feel like you found such a gem. And I'm sure the guys who put this compilation together, when they found these original copies, that's probably how they felt. This one, a G+ on Discogs, goes for $275, and a near mint goes for $400. So do the math on everything that we've gathered and tallied so far here. I'm sure we're up to over thousands of dollars on the originals of these records, and this box set does not cost thousands of dollars. Awesome, awesome deal. This next one here is the only gatefold copy that came in the box set, but they did an amazing job. I feel like this is like almost a Tone Poet quality jacket. It is really, really nice. However, I'm not sure if the title of this is correct. It says one thing on the box set. It says La Fantastica from ear to ear. And that's also what it says on the label of the record, as you'll see in a second. But on this cover, it says all ears. So I'm not sure which one is right or which one's wrong. Also, it looks like the label is printed sideways, or I'm not sure, but it's an awesome gatefold record. We'll show the gatefold in here. And just beautiful, beautiful copy. Very cool. Here is the label. Again, just another basic orange label. I love these basic labels. Super cool. Another awesome album out of this collection. Great vocals, great horns, great trombone stuff. Just really, mostly all this stuff is very trombone driven and bass driven. There are moments where that bass and that trombone just starts dropping in an awesome ostinato, like repeating pattern, man, that is just amazing. So good. Now, for this one and its rarity on Discogs, it only has one copy available right now on Discogs, and it's out there for $680. So you can go get one today if you want to get it, or you could go and get this box set and get that. Next one out of the box here is Candido y su movimiento, Palos de Fuego. That is the hardest one to pronounce out of the box, so I hope I got that one right. This is a really, really awesome record by percussionist Candido. I have heard of Candido before. He has other records out there just under the name Candido, and it's Latin percussion, obviously. Here is the cover for this one. Again, awesome cover. I love the fonts on these. Here is the label. Another basic label from Ghetto Records. Super cool. Every one of these albums is an A+ record, in my opinion. This one is mostly instrumental stuff. Again, really heavy with that trombone and bass trio stuff. Go and listen to this stuff on Apple Music. It is actually on Apple Music, and I think on Spotify and other streaming services. You can look up like each one of the records here. I've got the names of them all in the listing here, so definitely go check them out. But you'll hear what I'm talking about with all this really hard Latin driving bass and trombone. It's just really, really good. The last one out of the box here, and possibly one of the coolest treasures out of the box here, and one of the main reasons to get the entire box, this is Joe Bataan Drugstory, which he did not even know that the master tapes for this still existed. And then when they found them, they wanted to reissue them along with this box set. So I think that's amazing. I think it's great how they're preserving the tapes here and the original master copies. It's just got to be awesome for an artist like him who recorded something in the 70s, forgetting or thinking that it was gone forever, and then to find it and be able to reissue it today. Especially when I think the audience out there today is probably way more accepting, and there's just probably a way bigger audience for this kind of stuff. Awesome, awesome cover. I love the cover of this record. The color scheme, the logo, just all of it. I love the backside too. Awesome young picture of Joe Bataan there. Super cool. Here's the label for this one. Awesome, awesome basic red label again. I just love these basic labels. They're just super cool. So this never got issued in the 70s. It originally was recorded in 1973 from the first record that we talked about in the box set, Eddie LeBron. He's on a lot of the tracks here. And I think that Joe Bataan actually produced a lot of the tracks on all these albums. If you haven't ever listened to Joe Bataan before, you should definitely go check him out. Again, this record and all these records are available to stream and everything, but who wants to do that? Go get some LPs. Joe Bataan, awesome, awesome guy. He's still alive today. I think he still might be touring. Hopefully he is. If he ever comes around through Philly, I will definitely go check it out. Obviously, this one doesn't have a listing on Discogs because it wasn't available in the 70s. So another reason to go get this entire box set. I do have a video linked in the description where I lay out the entire box set and go through everything and lay out the entire booklet that goes with it, so definitely go check that out. If you are a member of Vinyl Me Please, you should definitely go and get this. If you are not, you should go sign up and become a member and then go and get this. You don't have to be a member to get one, but it is a cheaper price if you do. I actually did sign up for Vinyl Me Please just to get this way back when it was announced in June, and Vinyl Me Please has been a very interesting journey. Now Again Records also sells them, and they're also a label to look out for. They are the main ones responsible for this release, and they've done others like this, including The Story of Zamrock, which I have coming in and I'm very excited to share with you, so definitely go check them out. I'll link to them in the description below and some of the choice pieces of vinyl you should get from them. I also just got a Lost Reggae gem from them that is really, really great. 2 volumes. I'm going to show that in a later video as well. And another disclaimer here, I actually had some issues with this box set from a pressing standpoint. A lot of the LPs in this box set, 5 of the 7, were actually really badly warped. But, and this is a point that's coming up in the video for Vinyl Me Please, they replaced it, no questions asked. So quick moral to the story here, VMP is awesome, but open your records and check them right away. Some places can help you if you get a bad copy, and this was an entire box set. So definitely know that Vinyl Me Please has some great customer service. Again, more on that in their video later on. I can say that these LPs and this box and the jackets too are just awesome. If you're a fan at all of Latin, funk, soul, or boogaloo, this is a must-have. The rarities of these LPs alone are worth it even if you're just a collector. Definitely subscribe to this channel to hear more about the box sets I have to open this month. I got a Third Man vault. I'm gonna share my Otis Redding collection. I got that Zamrock that's coming. I got a new UHQR. I'm still waiting on that Alice in Chains box set, so definitely don't miss out on any of those. All right, I've said enough. I'm gonna go listen to this Ghetto Records box set and chill. I will see you guys on the next one.